welcome everybody to the January 20th Ortelius Architecture meeting. Let me drop in the link again into the chat. So please sign in. And let me share my screen. There we go. So I'm just going to go through a kind of like a quick recap of what we got going on, and then I'm going to make Sergio do some work. So I still have to open an issue, but we do need to add the SBOM generators to our microservices. What that does is creates the SPDX files that basically tell us what our dependencies are and what we're creating, things like that, what the licenses are. It's becoming more of an industry standard to have these SBOM files, SPDX files. Aisha is working on designing out how we can add in libyear. So for those that don't know what libyear is, it's the amount of time from one version of a package to the latest version. So if you're on version 5 and the latest is version 10 and version 5 was released 2 years ago, you'd have a 2-year libyear number. And that's used to, we can use that number to help figure out where, if people are staying current with their packages. And we kind of ran into this, Crum ran into this with our microservices, and we'll kind of get into what he's up to on that front. Sasha, the Helm chart, the main sub Helm chart, any luck on getting to that?
I have to be honest, Steve. Sorry, man, I haven't gotten to any of that yet. I did speak to, there was a guy that joined us and he already had a lot of experience in it. So I shared with him what we're trying to achieve, and he said he could get started on that. I don't know if he's actually done anything on it yet.
If you could drop his name in Discord.
I added him to the issue.
Oh, okay. I'll find it from there. So I just want to be able to touch base. Yeah,
I added him to the issue, and I added him to the GitOps Google, but just read only.
Okay.
Yeah. So hopefully he's been able, but otherwise, I booked a meeting with you for this evening in my time.
Okay.
About it. Yeah. So we can just go over some of that stuff.
Cool. And I have a meeting. So there's another meeting today. It's going to be 4:30 p.m. my time. It puts it at 8:30 Australian time.
Okay.
And that's going to be the GitOps. So there's another group that we work, another working group for GitOps, and I know they're doing some stuff around the Helm as well. I
spoke to Brad this morning.
I think Ben and Brad have been working on the Helm stuff on that side as well.
Yeah, they have, and I spoke to them. So they showed me how their architectural thinking. So I understand it a lot better now, because in the beginning I was like, okay, how are you guys doing this? It was great to see that.
Yep. So visualization of our data, that is something that we need to continue kind of poking around. So if anybody finds any cool graphs out there, even if we don't know what the library is, but just what the graphs look like, we're trying to look at, one of the ideas is changes over time, service level mappings. There's another one that that came up this week was other metrics, like how long has it taken for a commit. So in our process, you do your git commit, you build it, then you deploy it. Well, but the time between the build of like a Docker image and the deployment to production is going to be X number of days or hours. So we could actually calculate, how long it's taking for a developer's commit to get to production. or the UAT or whatever, or QA. So that type of thing. There's some more data that we have. We just need to look at visualizing on that front. Another one is looking at cookie cutter. So when you register microservice, we kind of go and do the back end thing, set up the Jenkins templates, check that one out. And testing. It looks like there's something wrong with the test, the dev site on Azure. I got to take a look at that. For some reason, we can't log in. I don't know if something got messed up in the data or if it's just something in Azure that's causing us problems. I got to take a look at that. So this is where I was kind of telling Sergio he has a little work to do. So what we're thinking is, before we get to the issue cleanup, Karam, why don't you just give a quick kind of recap of what one of the issues I assigned you and what you're seeing out there?
Sure. So we are working on the cleaning up our Docker images with the vulnerabilities. So currently we are using Python 3.8 with Alpine 3.10 as our base image. So there were some vulnerabilities which you can see on Artifact Hub, and as well as on query repository related to our Docker images. So I was assigned the task to finish that up. So what I noticed that we should upgrade to doing a package upgrade. I've fixed the issues in the Alpine 3.10 issue, but Alpine 3.10 is currently not supported by the community, and we should move to Alpine 3.14 as well as Python 3.9. So we are on the latest version of the state, as well as coming towards it's also recommended that instead of using Alpine for Docker for Python based programs, it's better to use Slim based images. So Slim basically is similar to Ubuntu operating system, but a slimmer version of the OS. And on creating a Docker image from that, it was easier to create a Docker image, like no need to install a lot of other dependencies like we have to do in case of Alpine for a Postgres driver. But what I've noticed that in case of this, the Slim part, that there's a lot of vulnerabilities coming because of the, and they are not yet fixed. So currently,
keep going.
And currently, it's better to go with the Alpine version because of the vulnerabilities in picture. And I didn't find any very big impact because of we are not installing lots of dependency. So not a big impact as of now.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I noticed with the Alpine versus Slim. Alpine, you have to do more work on installing the extra packages that you need because it is kind of like a scaled back version of the OS. But so you end up doing more work on your side to get all the packages, the dependencies there for your stuff to run, versus Slim, which has a bunch of packages pre-installed for you, so it makes it really easy to get up and going. But the trade-off that we're having is the vulnerabilities, and it sounds like, Karam, that Alpine is correcting the issues faster than Slim. Is that a good assumption?
Yeah, because I think so. In case of Slim, they are using the latest versions of everything. So the latest, when I saw the vulnerabilities, they didn't have any picture like when this vulnerability will be fixed because you're on the latest version itself.
Yeah.
So that's blocker.
Yeah. So this is going to be one of our, and we will still run into blockers, and like this bin utils is a blocker because if you try to go to 2.33, it goes and breaks a bunch of other stuff.
Right.
So
right.
It's one of these it seems to be at a point where we need the best that we can do.
Actually, I fixed that because what I found that as you remember, I was not using a multi-stage build. So when I went to a multi-stage build, this went away because ECC was not getting pulled away into the newer the newer
image. Layer. Yeah.
Just let me just put it the link. You can open it. It contains the Docker images on microwave.
Come on. There you go. Yeah. One. Oh, I got 3 of them opening up. Yeah, so that kind of brings me back to, while that's opening, the ability to have a, build up this dashboard and being able to visualize and, understand where vulnerabilities are, when they're being fixed, the lib year type of thing. So if we get a new release of bin utils, that we can actually, really have a way to notify everybody that the new release is out there and that they can start using it. So which one do you want me to look at, Karam?
So that's basically Pi 3.8, Alpine 3.10. This was our older image itself, and I just have updated the packages. So this is getting past no vulnerabilities. And if you go to towards the bottom one, the 3.14 one.
Yep.
So in this case, I have fixed the when I'm logging into the container, I can see that the XPath is the latest version 2.4.3, but I'm not sure why Koei is showing me the 2.4.1.
It's probably coming in some weird layer, and then then it's getting replaced.
Because when I'm logging into the container, I'm checking the package. I can see the 2.4.3 latest version itself. So if I can that issue is fixed with our pipeline, I could say it on Artifact Hub, and we can move with 3.14 and Pi 3.9 Python.
Okay, if I have some time this week, I'll take a look at it and see.
And can you go back? We can see the
Yep.
slim version as well.
Yeah, one of the interesting things, I don't know if you folks know, but Alpine does not use glibc, where Slim does. And when you bring in glibc, you get a lot of these weird high vulnerabilities that have been around for 10 years that they just haven't bothered to fix.
Right.
Yeah, this one's much more challenging because it's a bunch of different libraries.
And I think so. I guess they are on the latest version because I could not see any fixed version as well. Like in which version to fix.
Right. Yeah, nothing.
Yeah. And comparing the packages, it has around 54. If I think so, 60 packages, and Slim has the Alpine has 38 or 40 packages. And the email size is almost half.
For Alpine or for Slim?
For Alpine.
Yeah.
Compared to Slim. You can see on the dashboard, main dashboard, the size. It's around 90 and this is around 45.
Yeah, and if we can get that one fixed, we'd be really nice to have a 35 megabyte microservice out there.
Right.
It's like our monolith is 3 gig. And part of the reason is we have to bring in a bunch of tools. It's the Red Hat tools that give us the most bloat, but that's excellent work. So just to kind of give you a feel for how I knew Karam helped me with creating the initial microservices. So I reached out to him to ask him to help figure out our vulnerability reports that were showing up on Artifact Hub. Because if you go back and we look at our rating for our microservices, a bunch of Fs is not going to be well received by anybody who wants to go and use our microservices and Ortelius. So because I knew Karam was initially created the microservices and the images, it was a good fit. So that kind of leads me into Sergio's role, which is going to be helping assign and kind of groom the community and look for folks to help work on certain issues. I know last time I kind of asked where people don't mind being assigned an issue and given kind of like a due date. Is that still am I understanding that correctly, that everybody kind of is in that mindset?
Good with me.
Yeah, having
Plan
something prepared,
better.
like when we're going to create a new release, it's better because planning our releases is important.
Yeah.
If you could have some release cycle like every 6 months or like I think 6 months would be a good place to start, as we are a small community but open source as well.
Right.
So once we can have some, we are moving some stuff out every 6 months, every constant release.
And should we do like mini hackathons, you know, to kind of do like a little sprint like over the weekend or something to knock out a few things, or are most folks like kind of too busy?
That sounds cool.
I am in.
Yeah, I think it's at the beginning is useful because we need to, maybe it's more to get related, for example, to know who is more used to it, to do what, some kind of stuff. So it's good to have to start more with more speed, to have a few days and when we came together and talk a little bit and do a little tactical distribution about the task. But it is good to know each other, because in the beginning, I think it's going to be a little slow if we try to reach out. I don't know, assign something to someone, and maybe the iteration between, I don't know, maybe find another people or stuff like that. So yeah, I think for like doing a little team building, it could be great. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
And be
that works
patient
for me.
everyone. We are not trying to like, you must do this. It's more like, hey, we think maybe you can take this. We are, if it's not like the most appropriate for you, let me know, and we are going to start to picking that feedback and have at least little knowledge base about who can help in what space, the dedication, time, stuff like that. So it's going to be a little experiment. So be patient and be super open to say yes or no. This everything is able. We are a community, but at the beginning probably we are going to have a lot of, I don't know, assignment and reassignment just to at least until we have like a performance established as a team. Okay.
Yeah, and I think on that, just from knowing what needs to be done, it's helpful for especially people who are new to get started, to be given a suggestion on what kind of a pull request they can work on, and know that everybody knows they're working on it. If they need help, they can reach out for it, as opposed to them just trying to figure it out. I think trying to figure it out is actually much harder.
And another idea would be kind of like co-coding. So people are coding at the same time on the same issue or same piece of code. So I don't know exactly how it would work, but maybe like where one person is doing the coding, another person's watching along, asking questions why they're doing this and why they're doing that. Type of,
like a pair programming session.
what was that, Arvind?
Yes.
Like a pair programming session.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Awesome tool for that. VS Code has an extension that you can do it. It works amazing. You can
Oh,
both
really?
actually use a terminal together on the other person's machine and work, if you're comfortable with that.
Yeah, we do that.
Or maybe we
I'm
can
comfortable with
suggest
it.
something like, or yes, or maybe we can suggest something like that. For example, I'm a newcomer to this group, so maybe, so if we provide some kind of onboarding, like for example, I don't know where to start with, some kind of this kind of thing. So I'm completely new. I don't know what exactly is going on this project. So I'm jumping in the middle of this war. So maybe if there's some kind of onboarding for these newcomers, so it will be kind of helpful, right? I don't know if there exists these kind of things.
Well, we have some stuff like we have in the documentation. We have that contributor guide, and we have a video that Ukarsh did back actually last month. That's posted out there. But I think that there's a human element to that too. So I feel like if there is somebody new, and I know when new people show up because they add themselves to the Google groups, maybe I should be sending an email out to Steve and to Sergio so that you guys, so that you can reach out to them and, invite them to a meeting or have a discussion. Because I recruit people and then they go to the next level, which is how do I get involved? And that's when I need like Sergio and Steve to pick up the process.
That's nice. Thanks.
Beyond what we can give you in the committer's guide and the video.
Yeah, because I know the documentation can get you only so far. Like Sasha, you have some competition. Pujvarna it has broken Git pretty good too. So
that's a badge. That's an honor badge.
so he's on your heels.
Oh, like
and even though he was trying to follow along, the contributor guide and things like that, you do one thing wrong and you kind of get Git. As soon as Git falls off the rails, getting that locomotive back on the tracks can be a pretty heavy lift. So
exactly. That's why we call you Steve.
Yeah.
I call him too. I break it all the time.
Tracy even calls Steve.
I do. Believe me, I break it all the time. And it's like, I'm so glad nobody else knows about this.
Git pull before you make a change. Git pull.
I don't remember to do that.
Fetch upstream. Now, Tracy has authority to work directly with the repos. Just she's not even working off a fork and she can break it.
That feels true hacker.
Totally. Good thing I'm just doing documentation testing.
All right, so I think it sounds like we have some good ideas. Which one do you think we should try first? The mini hackathon or the code pairing?
Mini hackathon.
Mini hackathon from Marvin?
Yeah, I think it's more broader, like more massive. So it can be more good for a start.
Okay.
Oh, we'll do the spring alien hack then.
Maybe we can play some games.
If you want to play games, you just Marvin doesn't want to code. He just wants to get together and play games.
We should do that. It's not a bad idea.
It's been a while.
Well, we will let me think about what we can, and I'll work with you, Sergio, throw some ideas out on a couple topics. And I kind of think when we do the hackathon, we'll kind of do it kind of as a, like we're doing today. We'll just set an hour or two aside and kind of go through a group hack of what we got going on. And we may do that just to wrap up the last sprint here to get everything out the door.
Well, there might be a way we could just start doing a hack hour too, where everybody gets on a call like we're doing now and everybody's working on their stuff and you hang out and code. Or, the other thing we could do would be to start adding time to the calendar with different slots of the calendar where people can say, yeah, I'll be hanging out, I'll be coding then, so let's get on a call together. So you're not sitting there coding alone and you can have someone to talk to if you run into problems.
Oh, like in the Discord there, you could do that, I suppose, huh?
Yeah, we could do that in Discord because Discord, I think, does Discord allow us to do video?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do a video over Discord.
So
I don't remember if it, does anybody know if it'll allow you to do group video?
Yes, you can do any channel can be a video channel. So you can like pick a topic and do a video channel where everything is maybe watching someone solving something. So it's really easy to do that on Discord.
Okay, we'll figure that out. We'll probably start with Zoom since it's well-known territory.
Yeah, but I think that the idea of doing it on Discord makes it a little more organic, where people can pop up right there and say, "Hey."
Yeah, it's more organic in the way that is more easy to create. It's like channels. So you pick a channel and you're going to have either a chat and video over there, and you don't need to an advance to create a meeting and send invitations.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Every-
I'm on Discord right now. I'm trying to create one. I don't know how to. I don't see how to do it.
Here, I'll share your screen. I'll show you. It's pretty easy.
Yeah, you just pick a channel and put like broadcasting, like streaming, and enter into.
So scroll down in your left. You're definitely behind in people talking to you.
I don't go out here very often.
So click on the alien and so go to Hacktoberfest, for example, or Blogathon. We'll do blog. No. Go to the alien. And go to scroll down. There,
go to
Sergio just created a voice channel. So see voice channels there. Go
No.
up.
Yeah, like go to the general voice channel, and I can start a video, for example. Over
So
here.
click.
Oh,
click
voice channel right there.
now,
Okay.
now you have Arvin out there and you have Sergio. So click on one of
Okay.
them.
Well, you need to open voice channel because it's like a collapse. Yeah. Then in general, then open general there.
So there.
Ready. I already put the video.
Turn off camera.
It's 9 o'clock.
Can you see me? Hello?
And it's loading.
Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah. Let me. It's because my camera is not in the right one.
I probably can't because my camera's already being used. Oh, I'm
sorry.
hearing myself.
Yeah.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah, so you can share screen and
Yes, guys.
I
So
think
voice channels are pretty much video
I think
channels.
this channel has a limit of 5 people, so we have to extend this.
looks like 25.
Oh, no.
Not it. Now you can only hear me on over Sergio's, I think. But 5 would be enough. I doubt if we're going to have that many people at once.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
but
are.
That we can create like a main channel of hackathon and do sub channels, and you just can in every channel you can do like a share screen and video screen, so it's easy to organize.
Well, let's give it a shot.
Yeah.
And we'll just kind of
yeah, I think we should. I think we should see how we can leverage Discord.
I use it a
great.
lot. Even in work, we usually do what Tracy said, like between some hours of the day, there's always like a channel where it's people like sharing and helping and at least hearing if someone needs something. So if someone needs something, it's really easy because you start your video, you share screen and try to help. So we do a lot of that and Discord and super easy.
all right. We'll give it a go.
So I think we just should create our spring hacktober. I don't know what we're going to call it, but our spring hackathon channel there, and
we can start on advance and just start coordinating and talking stuff over there.
okay, that
Yep.
sounds like a great idea.
And we can use it to, if someone already is like working on an issue today, like start doing giving support on that channel. We don't need to wait much.
Yeah. So like when Karam and I were working on the CVEs, I just drop in a link to Zoom, but instead we'll just be able to jump on a channel so anybody can join in then.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anupam, do you think this would be helpful?
Yeah, it's fine. That's fine. Yeah, I'm already in this Discord room, so I can ping anyone if I need some help for this doubts that I have.
And
Or also
everybody,
I'm going.
Anupam's out of Brazil. He
Okay.
He is now our Brazilian representative. Yay! We have
Yeah,
somebody
I
from
already
Brazil.
asked him if he had an Airbnb. So yeah, we already met.
Actually, we have a big apartment on the beach. So if you want to come, so you're
I need to
welcome.
come to New Mexico too because I haven't seen an alien before.
They're all over here.
Yeah.
And
You
then to
might get
India,
a
I don't know if there's
welcome.
any aliens there. Oh, but it's Manchester
Yeah,
United
they will
supporters.
take you.
Oh.
Yeah, they will take you.
Yes, exactly.
They will
Yeah.
take you. Wow,
Yes.
so good, Karam. So good to hear your voice.
It is good to hear Karam's voice.
All
Yes,
right.
maybe we'll
That's-
have our first Ortelius in-person event in Roswell.
Oh, that would be amazing. I'm so there. I'll
Oh,
have to sell something.
It would be hilarious.
It'd be awesome, man.
well, it's kind of cool because right down the road from Roswell is the Very Giant Array, which is one of the largest telescopes in the world. I think there's one of the sister ones in Brazil as well.
It's 30 miles across.
Yo, I'd love to see that.
It is awesome. It
Must
is
be
really
amazing.
cool. It's 30 miles across and it's on train tracks. So they have all these telescopes that make this one massive. That's why they call it an array. But it's really cool.
It's amazing. I'd love to see that.
It's really dark. When you're out there at night, there's no light. It's so weird. It's in a giant lake bed.
No ways. Actually, I went to the site. I think it was super cheap to go in. Like the entrance fee was really reasonable.
Oh no, it doesn't cost anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
It
you
was
can go.
free.
You can take tours and you can do astronomy lessons and whatnot. And I think there's a charge for some of those, but just to go hang out there, it's totally free.
Awesome.
But anyway,
Like the
You just can't
Ortelius
use
of the
your,
stars.
What was it,
Yeah.
Tracy? They don't let you use your cell phone out there because it interferes with the radio antennas.
yeah, they ask everybody to turn their cell phones off. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So the telescope is basically Ortelius, harnessing all the containers. which are stars.
Exactly.
There you go, guys. I mean, it is meant to be.
Sasha, by the way, you are going to get a tattoo, if I remember.
Yeah, there you go.
It's been almost a year now.
Oh, Karan, you're sharp today, Roy.
His team must be winning.
Mine's always losing. His is always winning.
Always has been.
So guys, I got a 9 o'clock. I got to go get ready for, so I'm going to
Yeah.
bounce.
I also anybody else have anything before we wrap up here? Okay.
Nothing from my side.
Keep an eye on Discord and we'll start setting
Yeah,
up this
Tracy,
stuff. What was that, Arvin?
I want to talk about the CDCon.
Oh,
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I am interested in tackling another issue and choosing a nice topic for that.
Well, so go ahead and, I gave some suggestions. If you want to pick a topic and you're not sure about it, or you want me to edit the synopsis or the abstract, just shoot me an email or, and I'll be happy to do that. And go for it.
Yeah,
Pick one. I don't know what they're
yeah, I
going to
will
do
be-
about, they haven't made a decision about virtual yet. They first said that speakers had to be in person, but then at the CD events meeting, some of the people said, we're not going to be able to do this because we can't travel. So I know that they're thinking about how to fix that. I'm assuming they're going to allow us to record the meetings, record our sessions, even if we don't attend in person.
Okay, then I will choose a topic and DM you in the Discord.
Yeah, absolutely. And anything you do around Ortelius will get priority since we're a focused area.
Yeah.
You would have to
I
mail her.
think
She
that-
doesn't take a Discord.
yeah, there's on Discord, there's a call for papers topics channel. So we'll make sure.
I got it.
Can you please add me to this channel because I don't know in which channel that I'm added to. I'm not sure.
Yeah, so I think I know what's happening. So Karam, I was going to talk to you about this later, but so what's happening is when you sign into Discord, you get added to the welcome channel, and then underneath the
Yes.
welcome channel, there's a code of conduct channel.
There's a green checkbox.
So go to the code of conduct channel, and then at the bottom, there's a checkbox. And once you check that, it'll go ahead and
Okay.
and
got it,
open
yeah.
up all the other channels. So
Yeah.
Karam, we got to play with this for some reason. And Lakshmi ran into this yesterday as well, where the welcome message is not telling them to go to the code of conduct channel. So it's like a little confusing.
Got it. I will highlight some points there.
Or maybe you should put this checkbox at the first. I mean, at the top. So it's kind of hidden.
Actually,
Make
Discord doesn't have that. That's the issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when I looked at the code of conduct, I did not understand that you can click on the check
Yes.
icon.
Got it. No issues. I will do that.
So we'll
Thanks.
clean up the wording a little bit there. But the reason why we do that is just because of the whole Linux Foundation is into this whole code of conduct where everybody's nice and polite and stuff like that, and what to do if somebody isn't. That's why we have that out there.
And you have to read it. That's why it's at the bottom.
Yeah. You're supposed to read it.
If you don't meet your deadline, you have to read all 30,000 lines of Java code.
All right, everybody. I'm going to take off. Thank you, everybody, for coming today.
Have a good day.
And
We'll get this,
everybody have a good night.
we'll get the hackathon set up. Be
Yep.
fun. Okay. Bye.
Cheers, people.
Cheers.
Have a good one.